All right, y'all, I am back to talk about the AEW All In pay-per-view, which will be in August. I believe it's August 25th. They're doing it in London, in the UK, in the Wembley Stadium. Now, that's pretty cool. They got a European show coming on. But why everybody's talking about this? Number one, because this stadium houses 90,000 people, and people feel like it's so bold of AEW to go for such a large venue. This is much larger than any other venue that they've ever used. Matter of fact, the most that they've ever had was a little over 20,000 people at one of their venues. This was back in 2021, one of the Dynamite episodes. So now people think, hey, they're not going to be able to achieve selling out this pay-per-view, yet alone even have half of people, half that stadium filled. Now, I don't think that's the case. So currently at this time, there is the pre-list where, you sign up to buy tickets, but the tickets are not currently on sale. So far, they have had over 45,000 people sign up to buy these tickets. And with that being said, another thing that people are not keeping into consideration here is that with that number, there are people who are buying tickets for family and friends that will be attending with them. So the minimum of 45,000 people who want to be there, but will also have other people with them that they're buying tickets for. That's absolutely insane. Now, there are some people online who automatically is like, AEW is going to fail at this. It's going to be a laughing stock, blah, blah, blah. And to me, I'm like, well, why? Why would that be the case? So even if they don't sell out the stadium, 90,000, that's a huge ass number, okay? That's something that WWE has claimed to make with WrestleMania 32, I think. They claim like a little over 100,000 or whatever. Obviously, WrestleMania 3 with 93,000. Iron Sheik loves to remind us about that. With those numbers, I really do feel like it's definitely inflated with WWE. They like to count people who's working in the parking lots too. So a lot of these numbers are definitely much bigger than what they actually are. However, WWE is not even the wrestling promotion with the largest attendance. That's actually WCW with New Japan over in North Korea. They had maybe 150,000 people. Now, I know that number is real, and it's going to sound horrible to say, but North Korea forced everybody out their damn houses to go to that stadium and watch the show. So the number they gave, I absolutely believe it. If it's not 100% correct, then very close to that number. So it would still be way more of a number than WWE has ever done. But I still feel like even if AEW were able to fill up even half that stadium, that's a huge accomplishment. First of all, they're breaking their own records. Okay, and then they're breaking records for professional wrestling, because when you take WWE aside, what other promotion is doing these same type of accomplishments? I don't see them. I don't. And there's a lot of people who like to discredit AEW, and you don't have to like it, but like wanting them to fail, like what does that do for you? To be honest, AEW achieving any type of success is a win for pro wrestling. If you're a pro wrestling fan, you don't have to like AEW, but they're still winning. There's still chances that other promotions can do exactly what AEW is doing as well, and that's what I love to see. I don't like when people are just automatically trying to put AEW down because they're not WWE. WWE, they've been around for so long, however they still give shitty stuff too, but you still think that they're just better because they've been around longer. I don't think that's the case. So now let's talk about what can AEW do to make this pay-per-view successful. It's not even about the attendance. It's not even that. It's what they do. First of all, going into that pay-per-view, think everything has to be great at Double or Nothing. And then I think what really is going to set the landscape for the All In pay-per-view will definitely be the Forbidden Door pay-per-view, which is a month before, or is it June? No, I think it's in June. And based off what happened on there, certain storylines where certain Japanese talent can continue off into that All-In pay-per-view. I think that will really help for the UK to have New Japan wrestlers also being involved into the storyline. That will definitely give the people in Europe a chance to see, you know, New Japan wrestlers. First of all, they have a really big fan base over there. These guys are hungry for pro wrestling. Whenever any pro big shows come around, they usually sell out because people from the UK and the neighboring countries, they want to get a chance to see that when they come around, whenever they come around. And it's not that often, like how in the US, they're having shows weekly in the US, and here and there, Canada, maybe a couple throughout the year. But the European shows are usually just once a year, if that. So yeah, they really want to see some good wrestling. Now, another thing is having wrestlers from the UK. If they can snag Will Ospreay, that would be so amazing. I know he's out with a shoulder injury. He did give an update about a week ago that, you know, that there's a bit of progress with his shoulder. So the pay-per-view is in August, so maybe we might get him. I'm not sure. They'll definitely have to take advantage of the UK's local media and maybe use a couple of their local talent, whatever it is that they have to do to make it more appealing to the people who are in the UK. Now, there is another thing that I really feel like will help. People are definitely not going to agree, but I think this will definitely help with not just the buy rate, but for selling tickets in that stadium. They would have to get CM Punk out there. Sorry to say it. I like Punk. Some people don't like Punk. Matter of fact, they've been talking about Punk is going to be returning in the dirt sheets and whatnot. And some wrestlers have already expressed via social media that they're not happy about working with him. One being Chris Jericho. He's never been shy about his opinions on Punk. Tay Mello being another one. Somebody else, I can't remember. But I'm going to be honest. If I'm going to buy a pay-per-view, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, Chris Jericho on here, I'm going to buy it. Oh, Tay Mello's on here, I'm going to buy it. No. If I hear CM Punk, I am going to definitely be interested. It will take me a little bit more than just knowing CM Punk's going to be there to buy, though, because I want to know what else is going on. But a lot of people want to see him in action. They want to see what he's going to do. He is somebody who's definitely a draw for AEW. He's helped them have 1 million viewers in more than one occasion. Okay, people wanted to see him as champion, and I do feel like when you look at the numbers, you saw an improvement when we had CM Punk part of AEW. We also had an improvement when Kenny Omega was champion as well. I'm not saying that they should take the gold from MJF, but I do feel like there needs to be a little bit more or something for people to want to also see the World Heavyweight Champion of your promotion. So he needs something else. And obviously they need to have Kenny Omega out there. He's definitely somebody that people want to see. What else should they do? I think they really need to focus on having really solid storylines going in. Oh, and they cannot break up the BCC before this pay-per-view. Why? Because Blackpool Combat Club, Blackpool definitely representing the UK. They're going to want to see these 4 guys together, or at least in the same pay-per-view, repping Blackpool. So we cannot take them away from that faction. They definitely got to keep going strong, at least up until the All In pay-per-view. That would be the best way to go. Like I said, even though you want everyone, wherever they are in the world, to watch a pay-per-view, you still got to cater to that UK crowd, especially since you bought a stadium with all them damn seats. You're going to want to fill it up as much as possible. So aside of the reasons that I gave, I do think that they also need some ROH representation up in that show, because they only have like 12,000 people that are members of the Honor Club, and they can definitely get those numbers up as well if they, you know, strike a deal over there and also show people what ROH has to offer. So if they can have people in Europe to buy, you know, the Honor Club subscriptions, and that would be great as well. Now, I did hear yesterday that Dutch Mantel, obviously, he reached out a hand to Tony and saying, hey, if you need help with this, you know, you got my number, give me a call. And I'm just like, Tony, you should already be on the phone with this guy. He's somebody that y'all could really use to help make not just that show successful, but to make whatever else that's going on with AEW successful. Y'all need some legends back there helping y'all make some really good decisions for your storylines, and especially with the booking, that y'all really need that, and that needs to be sharp going into all your pay-per-views you guys got going on this summer. I'm looking forward to this pay-per-view. Obviously, I love pro wrestling. Whatever AEW is able to accomplish with this is a win for pro wrestling, and I really hope that this motivates other promotions to try to reach new heights as well. It's not all about comparing everyone else to WWE. This is about other promotions trying to do better than what they've been doing so that they can be successful as well. And I am so happy to see what they can do with this. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I'll be back later on with the Capital Collision review. Bye.